gentlemen, welcome back to We Are Not Entertained. I am the Engine Brock Wharton, joined by...
See, Made Man, Tom Haley. Brock, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. It's an interesting show we have for everybody this week.
Very interesting. Let's just get the news out the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing happened.
No, not at all.
Absolutely nothing. Totally. Cody Rhodes did not go back to WWE.
It's not confirmed that he is.
He re-signed with AEW.
Yeah.
Everything's all hunky-dory and we're good.
WWE didn't announce anyone for their Hall of Fame.
Nope. Nothing happened up. Nothing else happened.
God.
Who are we kidding? Yeah, Cody's going back to WWE for some reason.
Is it confirmed that he is, though?
Well, if Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, that's how I will always say it, by the way.
I know. Oh, we'll have something that pertains to him in a little bit.
If him and Fightful said, yeah, he's going back, I would believe it.
Yeah.
It's mostly true.
Most likely true.
Brock, I have a question.
You
ever see that episode of The Simpsons where Homer leaves his job and then when he goes back and it's like, oh, are you a new applicant? And he's like, no. And then the lady's like, through this door, and then he goes through the doggy door and he's all messed up and coughed off. And then Mr. Brenna's like, so come crawling back, eh?
But here's the thing with Cody. That's not really the situation because he kind of proved them wrong. He proved he can be a big star.
That is true.
So I don't think it's one of those. I think it's more, hey, I'm done working for your competitor. Would you like it if I came to work for you? Told you some of their secrets and also give you some more star power because I know that you're starving for some right now.
See, that's the thing. Because a lot of people don't realize that. It's wonder what he can/can't do.
Nothing. I fully believe they're like, yeah, do what you want as long as it's not bashing the company.
So from reports it says they're going to give him full, they're going to treat him as a main event star.
As they should.
As they should. But knowing WWE...
I will say this. The last time someone of his caliber, which is a former WWE star who didn't win a big title, had good runs with smaller titles, won elsewhere, made their name and came back, it's worked out pretty well for him.
Are you talking about Drew McIntyre?
Well, him too. I'm thinking of guys that left on their own fruition.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Bobby Lashley.
Well, Drew McIntyre is one of those names.
No, he got released.
Well, but still, though, even though he got released, he went through the Indies, Impact, stuff like that, and made a name for himself.
WCPW.
Can't forget. What was his name in Impact? Drew Galloway or something like that?
Yeah, that's what he was on the Indies.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him, or when he ever shows up, because he has no compete clause. He can just literally show up and start wrestling.
You mean he does not have a no-compete clause?
You know what I mean.
Well, you said he has a no-compete clause.
He doesn't have one of those. Which I don't even think AEW, when you get signed by AEW, they don't even have those in their contracts.
Well, they haven't really released anyone yet.
That's true.
Everyone's contracts have just expired. But yeah. I mean, it's worked
I don't know.
It's worked well from Lashley. It's worked well for McIntyre.
Yeah.
Christian. That's another example.
I would laugh my ass off if we just hear Stardust theme.
No, that's not happening.
I will laugh my ass off if that actually happens.
I don't think he would have gone back if it... Well, it could be that it's like, that happens, he comes out, and then he's just Cody again.
It's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, good for him, I guess. I honestly, I don't know, because...
You gotta think they backed up a bridge truck for him.
Yeah, because there was also that report that said he wanted, whatever Punk and Danielson were getting, apparently.
Which you knew that's some money.
Which I'm like, interesting. Must be a lot.
How many millions of dollars do you think that is?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
How much do you think he's getting in WWE? If he's going there. If he's going there. You think he's getting Kevin Owens level money?
I have no idea.
McIntyre, maybe?
Maybe. Like they said, the report said they're going to treat him as a main eventer, as he should be.
Yeah.
Give him a push, all that kind of stuff. If he does re-sign with WWE, what's a legitimately good time for him to actually show up on television?
Not after WrestleMania.
I'd say, I was about ready to say after Mania would be the perfect
or hell,
time.
Tonight on Raw, have him start a feud with AJ. The match we never got.
Yeah. I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah. It most certainly will.
News. Rock.
Yep.
Finally happened. He's a Hall of Famer.
Finally. You're a new Hall of Famer. Owen Hart!
Nope.
Oh,
I mean...
damn it.
I thought Hall of Fame.
He's not.
He's not? What?
No, his wife says, fuck you, WWE.
Oh, okay.
You can't have anything to do with my family ever again, so...
Can't they go with AEW? But okay, that's okay.
Well, because it's not WWE.
Well, Owen
It's not the company that killed her husband.
That's true.
So...
But yeah, anyway, the first person to be in the Hall of Fame class of, 2022? For the WWE? The Phenom. The Undertaker.
I think that means he's officially done.
He's done.
Now we know why he was in St. Louis.
But, well, Michelle McCool is in the Rumble.
Also, reports have said that that's where the deal was finalized to get him in the Hall. So...
I didn't actually, read, the thing about it.
No. By the way, when are they actually going to make an actual Hall of Fame? Like a physical one?
That's a good question.
Because I would go.
I would go. But, where would they put it? That's the question.
Orlando. Orlando.
Not somewhere near Titan Towers?
No, you put it in Orlando. It's already a tourist trap.
Yeah, that's true.
So you already have people there, so...
I don't know. Well, I mean, don't they do tours of, their warehouse?
Yeah.
Where all their all their old stuff, the SmackDown fit.
You have to be a certain level of person, though.
Well, yeah, I know, but I thought they'd just do regular tours of that.
I don't know.
Huh. But yeah, Undertaker's in the Hall of Fame.
That kind of leads into some of the questions that we've gotten.
Oh, hold on. I forgot one more thing. So, apparently, I think it was this last Monday, not this Monday, of this podcast going out. There was, Kevin Owens did a little backstage thing about, how he hates Texas, can't stand it,
Oh.
So apparently,
What?
what?
You hate Texas.
What?
What? You hate Texas? That's my home state.
All jokes aside, let me finish this. It's reported that Stone Cold is coming out of retirement to wrestle Kevin Owens for WrestleMania. Was this 37?
36. No, 37. Wait. 35 New York.
36 in Performance Center.
37 was last year. 38.
38. Yes, Stone Cold is coming out of retirement to wrestle Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas.
What?
What?
What? You go, Stone Cold gonna walk a mud hole. Gonna stop a mud hole.
What?
And old Kevin Owens.
What?
He's gonna walk the drive.
What?
And
what?
that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
What?
Yeah. So, are you ready for some of these Q&A questions that we've gotten?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because, I mean, there's, like, no transition from... So,
I mean, there's one more...
What?
Just answer... Okay, go with the questions.
Well, what were you going to say?
I was going to bring up this, but we can bring it up after.
No, go
questions. Ahead. No, we can bring it up after, because it's almost like a little debate kind of thing.
No, we could do it right now. That's fine.
No, we can do the questions first. No, there's not that many.
Trust me, we got plenty of stuff after after questions.
Okay. So I sent this to you on Saturday.
Yes.
There's a tweet during a name redacted
Blood
that said,
money.
This will be, I said name redacted.
Blood money.
Redacted.
No, redacted is what my list was for this week.
Also name redacted. There's a picture of Batista and John Cena, and the tweet said this, if I can find it. It said this.
I'm waiting.
I gotta find it for a second. I don't know why I lost it for a second.
So it's not hard to find.
So it's a picture of Cena and Batista, like, staring down at each other, and it said this. This is the energy I get whenever Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley face off against each other. Do you agree with that?
No. Because neither one of them's Batista. They're better wrestlers than Batista was.
Well, I mean, they're both better wrestlers. They're better wrestlers than the both of them. But, like, look at what they want for the company in the future, is what I'm trying to say.
Which is why I stand by what I told you. If you were to call Bianca Cena, the only apt comparison from that time period for Rhea is Orton.
Yeah.
Technically sound worker, really good in the ring, better as a heel than a babyface when it comes to matches.
I mean, yes, I 1,000% agree with that. It's just such a good comparison, though.
It's an alright one. When they're both faces, sure, but they're not going to be both faces forever.
No, they never will.
They can't be. Like, they just can't be.
No, they can't. But, like, it's just, at least in comparison, I'm like, I want this, like, to happen now. Like, these are, like, two that, like, this is, like, the future of the women's division right here.
Oh, yeah, it is. It very much is.
Like, both are absolute stars in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Both stars in the ring. Know how to work a crowd, kind of.
Rhea knows how to work one better, but... Yes.
We're still TVPG, so we have to think about the kids.
Okay, that's different from working a crowd and being over with kids.
Okay.
Those are two completely different things. If we're going popularity, sure. With the kids, yes, Bianca is way more over. With the rest of the crowd,
I mean, we were in St. Louis. You heard that pop when Bianca came out.
You also heard the pop for Rhea.
Pretty decently loud.
Rhea's was louder, though.
I didn't realize it was Rhea's theme. I didn't realize it was Rhea until I heard her theme for like 5 minutes.
However, the bigger pop out of the three of them was Liv Morgan, so.
Which was like, I'm like, okay.
She's really good. Honestly, so, you have the comparison of, if you were to do the 3, this is how I would say they, the Orton, Batista, Cena comparison. For the kids, sure, you could have, for the kids factor, yeah, sure, Bianca is Cena. Then the question becomes, between Rhea and Liv Morgan, who's Batista and who's Orton?
See, I would have to say what you said. Rhea would have to be Orton here.
And Liv Morgan's Batista? That's a funny visual.
I'm thinking of it, I'm like, ugh, that sounds so weird. Would a Rey
Mysterio comparison be better for her? Plucky underdog may win the title eventually, but it will be a short run. Would that be more apt of a comparison for Liv Morgan?
Ooh, I'd say yes.
So, right now, that means they're looking for their Batista! And I'm telling you, she's in NXT right now.
Who is that?
Raquel Gonzalez.
I'm surprised how they still have her in NXT.
I don't know if they want to pull the trigger on her on the main roster yet.
So then what's the deal with me? Oh yeah, this is going to be completely different. But what's the deal with Mandy Rhodes then?
They sent her down because there wasn't a spot for her up on the main roster.
So do you think she's had that title for I don't know how long, and she's worked in NXT for I don't know how long? You think she would be back on the main roster by now, right?
Oh, she will be after she drops the title. I think they're trying to get her a little bit more polished in the ring down there first. Or to help elevate the other women that are down there.
They're giving her, the Big Show treatment when he went back, went down to OVW. I know it's not really a good app comparison.
More Christian coming back to ECW.
Okay, no, that's better. That's better.
Even then, that's not quite it, but... I don't know. Maybe Angle, when new WWE ECW was rebranded, that's who they want as one of their focal points to build the brand around. Because it's shown. They really do want her to have the brand built around her for the women's division.
No, don't get just elevating the title.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she's doing. Plus, you look at who the challengers were available for Raquel Gonzalez before Mandy got there. You look at the challengers now. It's come up quite a bit.
Compared to Raquel when she was champion, it was slim pickings. But now with Mandy as champion, it's like...
Oh, you have this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. There are options. Plus, she has a faction behind her, so she's also elevating those two.
Yeah, that too. See, here's the thing, though. I think when Mandy drops the title, what's the tag team name? Toxic Attraction or whatever it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
They're
going to the main roster after that. They're going together.
That's what I'm saying. I think they go, once...
Or Mandy just becomes a manager for them.
I mean...
NXT for a bit. Till they're ready for the main roster.
Probably, but I could see...
They wouldn't rush them up. They can't do that again. They can't.
I know they can't. It's a problem. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, it is now time for the Q&A session, because we actually do surprisingly have a lot of you who have asked questions over the time that this podcast has been around.
We have questions for this podcast?
We do. Well, this is episode number 23, so you would think, we might get some questions eventually asked towards us. You know? So, I'm going to start with the softball one first, because I'm guessing this person didn't listen to BTT when we did it. Who are your guys' favorite wrestlers of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah. So I'm guessing they didn't see our top 20 video that we did.
No.
Which is fair. I mean, that was under the BTT banner, not the WANE banner.
Yeah.
So, mine's Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream. I mean...
What?
Yeah, okay.
What? What?
That one sounded like Hank Hill.
Stone Cold. What? I got these fine propane accessories. What?
What? I got plenty of fine propane accessories. What are you talking about, boy?
What? If someone asks for their well, we politely ask them to leave. What?
Tommy's a Stone Cold.
Oh yeah, it's obvious.
Along those similar vein, who is your guys' favorite tag team of all time?
Ooh, favorite tag team?
Well, mine's pretty easy.
I mean, they're still wrestling right now.
No, they're not. Well, I don't think they are.
Oh, I thought you were talking about FTR, but okay.
Oh, Midnight Express, baby. FTR is my favorite tag team currently wrestling. But Midnight Express is my favorite tag team of all time. I've gone back and watched old WCW. Oh my god. No, it's a Midnight Express for me.
It's a tough question for me.
Need an answer, bud.
I'm going to go same. I'm going to go same.
Midnight Express?
Midnight Express.
It's a good one. Favorite women's wrestler of all time?
Favorite women's wrestler of all time?
I thought I've made this pretty obvious on the channel. It's Mickie James. There's no question in my mind about that. It's Mickie James. She's my favorite women's wrestler of all time.
See, here's the problem with me is, we had the problem of growing up with...
There were very slim pickings for good.
Very slim pickings when it comes to the women's division back then.
I mean, up until... Oh, Lord, I'd say 2014, my answer probably would have been Kelly Kelly or AJ Lee. Which AJ's not a bad answer, but...
No, it's not an answer.
But as I've gotten older and gone back and watched more Mickie James stuff, it's easily Mickie James.
Yeah, it's Mickie James.
Growing up, yes, there was her in WWE, but I also watched a lot of TNA and Impact growing up as well. Especially when I was a teenager and slightly just before I was a teenager, so... I saw a lot of hardcore country.
That wasn't her theme when she came back then. Wait, was it?
What?
Was that her theme, before she joined WWE?
That was her theme in TNA.
Oh.
Anyway.
You know, I'd have to go with Trish Stratus.
I'm surprised you didn't say Becky.
No.
Oh, this is an interesting question. It's a multi-stage question, too.
Multi-stage question?
Yes.
Okay.
Who are your favorite wrestlers from these past decades? And he has them listed. Him, her, whoever it is. 80s, 90s, thousands, 10s, and then 2020s. So,
currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start with the 80s. You go first.
Ric Flair.
Okay, so Tommy's going Flair, I'm going Dusty. That was peak Dusty right there. 70s were pretty peak Dusty too.
What?
But
it was also peak.
It was peak Dusty as well.
And what?
90s. Oh shit.
90s?
Yeah. Ooh.
Tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd have to say, actually, never mind.
Man.
I'd have to go with Stone Cold.
Bret. I'll have to go with Bret Hart.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
2000s, Kurt Angle. No question.
Kurt Angle. Yeah, no, not even close.
2010s, Orton. There's no question it's Orton for me.
The 10s?
Yeah.
Like, who carried the just wrestling in the 10s?
No, this is your favorite wrestler from that decade.
Oh, favorite wrestler during that decade?
Yeah.
Through the 10s?
Yeah. For me, it's Orton.
Undertaker.
And 2020s. AJ, I guess?
Like, currently? Like, through the 20s?
Yeah, like, currently. So, 2020 till now. Who's your favorite wrestler? I guess AJ. I'd say Orton again, but I don't want to say him twice. Plus, some of the stuff that he's done recently has been kind of goofy and stupid. So, I'll say AJ.
Go with Roman.
Okay. If you guys could build a faction from... Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is specific. A faction from one of the 3 years listed of mid-carders, who would it be?
Oh, okay.
You ready for the 3 years?
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's just from any company of our choosing based off these years.
Mid-carders.
Yes.
Okay.
2005. 2011. That's a random year. Okay. And 2015. Those are some random ass years.
Wow. Yeah, no. Yeah, ooh.
Well, I'm going to go with 2011.
I'm trying to think, what was the mid-card scene back in, was it 2005?
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't think about it. It's not
great. I mean, it was a lot of guys that would become something.
2011?
I'll have to go with 2011 because I know that one pretty well because that's pretty much the SmackDown versus Raw 2011/WWE 12 roster.
Yeah, I'd have to go with 2011 as well.
So I'm going to build my roster. We're gonna form a better version of the new Nexus.
Or how about this with the Nexus? Literally just do what they were supposed to do and beat everyone. Give Wade Barrett the time, like all.
Because he wasn't a mid-carder at that point. He was a main eventer in 2011. So this is same timeline, but 2011. So, what year are you picking?
2011.
You're going to stick with 11 and not 15?
See, I don't remember 15 as much.
You got Rusev, Cesaro,
So the League of... basically?
Yes, the League of Nations, and, you got some others in there. I think the New Day were still a mid-card at that point.
I'll go with 2015.
Okay. My 2011 tag team or faction, you have to have 5 members, so 4 men, 1 woman, or 1 girl, woman. So, New Nexus will be mine. It's going to consist of Tyson Kidd, Justin Gabriel. That's going to be my tag team. My enforcer is going to be Alex Riley. And the head of my operation... he was a mid-card in 2011. I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. My female competitor? Oh, Jesus Christ.
In 2011?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Well, I know she was there for sure, so I'll go Natalya.
Natalya in 2011?
She was a mid-carder in 2011. So there's my new Nexus. Tommy, 2015, who do you got?
See, I'll take Rusev.
Okay.
Cesaro, like you said.
Okay. Are
Who
they
else?
your tag team, or are they your bruiser and your leader? Because you need to form a tag team. You need to have a bruiser, like an enforcer, and you need to have the leader.
So it's 2015?
Yeah.
This was pre-Talking Smack Miz, correct?
Yeah. So I think he was still with Sandow at that point.
See, you know what? I'll take Miz Dow.
Okay, so
that's my tag team.
Is who?
Miz and Damien Sandow.
Okay, so your tag team is Miz and Mizdow. Your enforcer is who?
Oh, Rusev. Simon.
So your leader is Cesaro. Oh my god, what are you naming this team?
I have no idea.
Well, you got to come up with a name.
Can't think. Dude, I have no idea.
Your female competitor.
2015?
Yeah, Mid-Carter. Like, 11 was easy for me because I played SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 a lot, or 2012 a lot.
This game is tough because, like, it was like, what was this? They were just starting the Women's Revolution, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
Or it was gaining ground.
Something like that. I'm looking up the women's roster back then. Hang on.
Because Bayley, Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte were all kind of in NXT at this time still.
I don't know. So I'm going to go October of the date that we're doing the show. That we're recording this year, but in 2015. So your women's roster, Jesus Christ, there's 153 people in WWE at this point.
Oh my god, what the hell?
So here are your main roster. I'll exclude the Jesus Christ. In 2015, Aaliyah was in NXT. God. Anyway, I'll give you the main roster.
What?
Yeah. Aaliyah, you know, the one that we saw on SmackDown you said was green, she was in NXT in 2015.
You mean to tell me she's been with WWE for almost 7 years now?
Yep. Anyway, here's the women's
roster?
main... Huh?
Is she just now getting to the main roster?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Anyway, here's your main roster women's division in 2015. Oh my god, this is a train wreck. You ready? You ready?
Fire away.
Okay.
Fire away.
Alicia Fox, Becky Lynch, Brie Bella, Cameron, Lana, Naomi, Natalia, Nikki Bella, Paige. Oh, I forgot Charlotte. Rosa Mendes.
Oh, we're up in the main roster by this time.
Yeah, they were.
What were they called? Like...
There were 3 teams. It was like the Bellas and Alicia Fox were Team Bella.
I remember their name was like they couldn't use it because it was like a porn thing, or if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so they went with PCB.
That's what it was.
And then there was Team Bad. Summer Rae was on the roster at this point in the main roster. So
I forget Summer Rae was still with the company at this time.
Who the hell? Oh my god. Okay. Here's how far back we went with this roster here. Liv Morgan is using a different name in 2015.
Wasn't she? What was it? It was 2015, not 16.
Yeah, 2015. Gianna Diado.
The hell?
I don't know. Also, Blue Pants was still with WWE, and so was Brandy Rhodes. So,
Blue Pants? Who's that?
She's now the librarian, Leva Bates in AEW.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so who's your woman that you're gonna pick for this horrible tag team that you formed?
You mean just one woman?
Yeah, you need one. Has to be Mid-Carter.
See, here's the problem: is that back then it's like the women's division was just not good.
So hang on. Charlotte had a main event feud. Paige had a main event feud. The Bellas, Naomi, Natalia. Sasha. So your options are Alicia, Becky, Lana.
No, not Lana, Becky, because I could give her a main event push.
Yeah, I was about to say, your options are like Alicia, Becky, Tamina, Lana, and Rosa Mendez, so...
Becky.
And Becky. Cameron. You could pick Cameron.
Becky.
I know. My God, what a horrible year for wrestling. But there you go. There's the factions that you had us pick, you sick, demented freaks.
Sick bastard.
Most underrated wrestler of all time.
Most underrated?
Question. Yep, in our opinion.
Ooh, that's a...
For me, it's either Regal or Tyson Kidd. Maybe Harley Race. Get a little bit of Kansas City bias. One more question after this, and then we're done, and we'll go to our Superstars review, by the way. So, need an answer.
I'd go Harley Race.
Harley Race? All right. Final question. What independent wrestling company is your favorite to watch at the moment? So
at the moment?
I'm guessing that means non-WWE / AEW. Is what they mean by that.
Like it.
So, for me, it's pretty easy. It's NWA. I enjoyed a lot. There's a lot of really good young wrestlers on that show. So, if not them, then DPW. But that's about it.
I'd probably go with... I wouldn't say they're indie, but like Impact right now.
I mean, I think that would fit what he's saying. I hope. I don't know.
So definitely I wouldn't... So I can't say New Japan then.
No, I don't think you could. But like NWA, Impact, MLW, ROH.
I'll go with GCW.
Oh, God. Have you actually watched GCW?
Time and, like, here and there.
Okay. Alright, whatever then. There's your answers. Tommy, are you ready for this week's review of WWE Superstars from 2009, October 15th?
Yes, go ahead.
Alright. WWE Superstars coming to us first for the Raw portion. Came to us from Indianapolis, Indiana, where I'll be in a week's time. And the SmackDown / ECW portion came to us from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, that's right. I forget. They do it different. I thought they were just in Indy for the entire thing.
No, because... Well, they couldn't be because the SmackDown and ECW stars wouldn't have been there.
Oh.
They were running separate crews and everything. They're still kind of doing that today now. But...
Yeah, because they're on two completely different networks.
Yep. And they were at this time. They were on 3 different networks.
Stop. We don't want to get into another little deep dive with that again.
Well, no, they were. You had Raw on USA. ECW was on Sci-Fi. I don't remember where SmackDown was at the time. But then you had Superstars on WGN. I think SmackDown may have made it over to Sci-Fi at this point. Not positive.
SmackDown?
It may have been on Sci-Fi by that point.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking it up right now. No, they were on something called My Network TV at this point.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is this?
Okay.
Oh! It's what was left of WB and UPN. So KSMO television station here.
Whatever.
It's them.
Okay.
It's them. So, that's who it is.
Right?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, all right.
Yeah, so that's who it is at that point. Tommy, how does this show get kicked off?
With a lot of pyro, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Do you want me to get into the changes to the roster now or at the end?
Just, you know what, let's get these out of the way that we don't have to deal with it later.
Because I do mention that two of the roster moves that had happened at this point, but they didn't mention the other. So there was a trade in the women's division between Raw and SmackDown in the ramp up to bragging rights, which is in 10 days. Melina got traded to Raw, and Beth Phoenix was traded to SmackDown.
Melina is on Raw now, and then Beth Phoenix is on SmackDown?
Yes. Also, what did not get mentioned is the Bella Twins are now on Raw from ECW. So ECW's roster size has shrunk, and it's only going to continue to shrink here in a bit. So.
Well, excuse me. It's about ready to fizzle out here soon, ain't it?
Yeah, February 16th is when I want to say the final episode of ECW was. So we're getting really close to the end here.
So we're getting about ready to be it, like, NXT was started as a game show, right?
Yeah, we're getting close to that point. So we'll start seeing the rookies pop up alongside their pros on Superstars here in a bit.
Yeah.
And maybe even them wrestling on Superstars, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we're getting towards the end of ECW. Not this week that we're reviewing, but the next week they'll lose 2 more members of their roster and gain another. So, but we'll mention that after this review because there's no October 22nd episode of Superstars on YouTube.
Okay.
So tell me what gets the show kicked off.
We get kicked off for a bragging rights qualifying match.
Indeed we do. Whoa, hey! Whoa, hey! Whoa, hey!
We start off with the match against the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and Chris Masters.
Was there any doubt who was going to win this match in your mind?
No.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
All right, cool.
I hear the Hall of Pain.
He wasn't Hall of Pain
like,
yet.
Okay.
He was face.
That's this was I was about to say this is pre Hall of Pain.
Yeah, we're 2 years away from that.
We're 2 years away from that salmon-colored suit.
Oh, we're 3 years away from that, or 4. We're a ways off from that.
So, do you want to know? So, this was for the last spot in Team Raw. Do you know what Team Raw was? I have the card for bragging rights pulled up.
I do as well.
So, the team of Raw consists of The Big Show, Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, and DX. So, Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Team SmackDown at this point had not been announced yet, by the way. Jericho is keeping the cards close to his chest, as you could say.
Oh, that's right. I think we didn't find out who the team was until of the day of pay-per-view.
No, I think it might have been this coming SmackDown or SmackDown before.
We just say who it was.
We will when we get to the bragging rights review.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, Henry versus Masters, Hoss fight.
It's just 2 big men.
And as Hoss fights go from this time period, it was actually a pretty good match.
It was somewhat decent, I guess.
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because when they came out, I'm like, alright, here we go.
I was really like, alright, I'm not ready. I'm going to go upstairs and get some things.
Mm-hmm. It was one of those where I'm like, man, alright, fine. It actually turned out to be way better than I thought. But the entire time, commentary is just pounding that, bragging rights is coming up, and they're cheerleading for Raw, so.
Survivor Series or something? Like, what the hell?
Well, no, this was before the modern Survivor Series stuff, so.
But I'm so used to the modern Survivor Series where it's like brand supremacy and bragging rights and stuff like that. I'm like, well, this is what, like, We have this for Survivor. This is what Survivor Series is for.
Yep. Now, but yeah, like you said, I don't think the outcome was ever really in doubt.
No.
What notes do you have for this match?
I believe Bragging Rights also replaced Cyber Sunday.
Yes.
What did I give the match?
No, I said, do you have any notes on the match?
No, it's just big, meaty men slapping meat.
Okay. Masters works Henry's knee a little bit, which kind of plays in. It was an interesting finish. I'll give them this. That was a good finish.
It was.
Finish saw Henry go for the world's strongest slam, knee buckle, didn't do it. Masters came in, got scooped up by Henry on one leg, world's strongest slam, 1, 2, 3. Henry is part of Team Raw. Yeah. Any other notes that you had? No? Okay. What'd you give this match?
Give it a 0.5 out of 5.
Holy crap.
But I gave it
way more than that.
I gave it a big, meaty men slapping meat out of 5, though.
Okay, I gave it way more than that. I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I gave it a meaty men slapping meat out of 5.
Then I would love to see what you gave this next match. Tommy Dreamer versus Vladimir Kozlov.
Before we talk about that, let's talk about the Ask the Divas first.
I don't normally talk about them, so that's all you, bud. I skipped over it.
No, but still. So there was this one. So they asked a question. It's like, if you were to have someone in a mixed tag match, who would you pick? I don't know what the Bella said. They said I don't remember what they said. I didn't pay attention. But they said Natalya comes up and she says, "I'm gonna pick Edge because he's the epitome of a true Canadian hero." And I'm like, "Where's Beth Phoenix?" I mean, I'm like, "You better be careful because Beth Phoenix is gonna blam slam your ass."
At this time, Natalya is dating Tyson Kidd, by the way.
I'm like, okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if Tyson Kidd would have been I think they told them these answers. Except Michelle McCool.
Yeah, so Michelle McCool said Kane. Because he's the big red machine and all stuff like that. That's the only reason why.
Not that he's the brother of the guy that you're dating.
Not that he's the brother of the guy that you're going to be married soon. Not that. Just the big red machine, Kane.
Current mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, another thing. Apparently Kelly listens to Limp Bizkit.
No, she doesn't. That was once again another Fed line.
I was like, I heard that for a second. I'm like, there is no way that is real.
I don't know who's a top musical act in 2009 for women.
I have no idea, but I'm like, I literally was like, Limp Bizkit? What the Kelly? What? That's like oil and water. Those two do not go.
I feel like she was listening to Lady Gaga or Black Eyed Peas or
Limp Bizkit,
Rihanna
apparently.
Or Beyonce.
Limp Bizkit, apparently.
Kesha. Wow, really? Am I that old?
What?
So Fireflies by Owl City?
Oh my god, how old is that song?
2009. Are we that old?
Yeah, that old.
Oh. Taylor Swift had a song that year too, so that's cool.
Do not care.
I'm just looking through this list. Oh, Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA came out in 2009.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Kanye had a pop song in 2009?
Was it American Boy?
No, it was Heartless.
Oh, from 808s and Heartbreak?
I don't know if that would be... Okay.
That's a pop...
Also, Green Day's 21 Guns is on here as pop. No, it's not.
We're getting off topic. Yeah, I kind of laughed when I heard Kelly said, I listen to Limp Bizkit when I work out, you know? I'm like...
No, you don't.
I'm like, okay, I know that's not true, but that's hilarious. I think she's listening to the fucking Undertaker's theme, like, rolling, 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 rolling.
The test concluded, that was a lie.
The lie detector test determined, that was a lie.
Any other notes that you have from the Ask the Diva segment?
No, that was it.
Good. I'm glad. I don't know how much more I could take. And the worst part is, I think these keep going up until 2012.
Are you serious?
You better get used to these Ask the Diva segments, bud. Yep. Next matchup is from ECW. ECW. We actually get an ECW chant in this match, too.
Hold on, but before that, we had the thing of the Randall Keith versus John Cena and the Anything Goes.
Like I said, I skipped over anything that wasn't a match. So you can go ahead and talk about it.
So I like how you say you skip everything over a match. Like, when you're over here and we used to watch it, like, I would make you go through everything. Because these are actual shows that, like, kind of like almost sometimes go home shows for pay-per-views. Case in point.
Well, this was 10 days.
Well, I know they do 10 days between. Yeah, it was that portion where it was like Randy and Cena, where it was like for the last time, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that happened the year after with the Nexus, but okay.
Oh my god, hold up. I just thought of something from the Ross segment match. Did you hear who the guest host was the week before?
Oh, yes, it was Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg.
No, that's upcoming. No. Week before. Did you hear what happened? Maria Menounos wrestled.
Yeah, Maria Menounos was. I mean, everyone.
She's a wrestling fan.
Mark too. She's somewhat of a Bob Backlund mark as well.
Yeah. And then yes,
which is so weird. That is so weird.
And then yes, Tommy, who is the guest host for next week's Raw? And you know we're getting so many. Well, I mean, we can't see those segments now.
Snoop motherfucking Doggy Dog, baby.
The Dog Father. Oh my god.
Snoop motherfucking Doggy Dog, baby.
I'm so glad we don't get to see those segments.
Dog, they already talked about him booking a match, and it was Triple H versus John Cena.
I'm just like, I guarantee you, those are the only two people he knew on the roster.
At this time, absolutely.
You kidding me? Well, he might have known Big Show.
Probably wondering, like, where's Ric Flair? And all that, you know?
He's sitting here going, "We're Stone Cold."
What it is?
I sang his theme song.
Snoop Doggy Dogg is the guest host of Raw, and I think this is like still during like the guest host phase of Raw.
It is.
So I guess next week I'll find out
who it was the week before. Yeah,
who it is for.
Anyway, Tommy Dreamer versus Vladimir Kozlov in Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Raw came to us from Indianapolis. Next two matches are coming from Lexington, home of the University of Kentucky basketball team.
We got Matt Striker on commentary. Let's go! Oh yeah, and Josh there.
Well, don't get used to Matt Striker much longer.
Oh, I forget. He goes with the main roster in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that roster movement here in a second, after we're done.
But yeah, Matt Striker's on commentary. Let's go! Yeah!
Most underrated color commentator that WWE had.
I forget he's also there. Kind of forgot about that.
Who?
Josh Matthews.
No, he was good in this match, I feel like.
Yeah, there.
But not as good as Striker was. Striker was...
Let's go!
Striker was on something in this match. Like, he was on something. Like, crack.
So here's the thing.
Who was on crack?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Do not take any medical advice from Matt Striker. Please don't. Because he was talking about whatever the hell happened to Tommy Dreamer's elbow, and I'm like, God, can you please stop that? He kept talking about it the entire match.
Well, it was the part of the body that kept getting worked.
I'm like, but quit talking about it. We get it. It's injured. We know he has to like get a fluid, like take the fluid out and shit. Quit talking about it. Next thing.
No, there was nothing else to talk about in this match.
That's true. That's the thing, though.
Vladimir Kozlov versus Tommy Dreamer is up next.
Wow, this match was horrible.
It wasn't bad.
It was bad, Brock. It was bad.
No, you didn't watch last week, which was Sheamus versus Tyler Rex. I don't want to hear anything about being bad.
I mean, those two names kind of writes itself how bad it was.
This was good because there was at least heat. Last week was Shelton Benjamin and Sheamus.
This match was
I gave it an rating. But it was better than last week's ECW match. Jesus. At least the crowd was into this match. Unlike last week's. What notes do you have from it?
The Matt Striker on commentary, and it says, "Don't take any medical advice from Matt Striker."
Is that all that you have written down?
That's really it, because this match was just not good. It wasn't.
It was okay.
It was eh.
It was eh.
It was eh.
Kozlov wins. No surprise there, really. Dreamer is shortly out of the company coming up here. So
this is about time he's about ready to leave.
He's about ready to go. I think we got a little bit of time left till we get there. But it's your favorite wrestler from this time on ECW that sends him out.
Fucking Ezekiel Jackson?
No.
Oh, wait, no, I do have more notes on this match. Who the hell is the ring announcer?
This was the ECW ring announcer, Savannah.
He is horrible.
Yeah, she's really bad.
She didn't.
2009. This may have been Brandy.
That was There's no way. You're joking.
There's no way that was Brandy. Other roles right now.
There's no way.
Oh, she's not showing up, so I don't know.
I was just saying, I'm like, there's no fucking way it was Brandy.
Probably not. It must have been Savannah.
She was fucking shite, dog.
Well, get used to her, because she's going to stick around for a little bit.
So bad. Plus, who the hell was a ref? Did they just pick this guy up the street?
Yeah, I didn't notice John Cone or Little Nate or anyone.
Well, Little Nate was doing the SmackDown one.
Oh, well, okay, that's true. I was more focused on Miz on commentary.
Dude, like, I don't understand who the hell the ECW ref was. I'm like, did they just pick some random guy off the street and be like, yeah, here you go?
I don't know. I think it was because it was Dreamer. They didn't need any experienced refs in there.
I guess.
But like we said, Kozlov wins. What did you give the match?
Vladimir Kozlov out of 5.
Which is?
Vladimir Kozlov out of 5.
So, a 5?
No, absolutely not. It's a -5.
Oh, fuck. That match was not that bad.
Dude,
there weren't botches everywhere. I think you need to watch some bad matches.
That match was horrid.
No, it wasn't. You need to watch Sheamus from Shelton last week. If you think this was a bad match. I gave it a 1.75. Not good. It's all right.
I'll give it a -1 out of 5.
It's not that bad.
But, I'll give it a 0.25 out of 5. How about that?
I'll accept that. Fine. You need to watch Shelton and Sheamus last week. That makes this match look like Steamboat Flair. God, that was so bad.
Oh my god, okay.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
Up the brakes.
It was bad. Main event time. The Miz is on commentary. What the hell? Where's JR?
Yeah, I know. Where was JR?
I don't know. He was still with the company at this point.
Did they just give JR, the day off, some time off by this time or something like that? Well, this is the lead up to bragging rights.
I will say this: there is no JR on the talent page for SmackDown for next week.
So he's probably going back to Raw?
No, I think he's about done at this point.
Like, he's, like, first retired?
Or they made him retire.
Something like that. I don't remember at this point.
But,
You know, I was very distracted with Miz on commentary. Very distracted with Miz on commentary.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, it's not like... It's a baby Miz.
He was doing some pretty good work at this time, I'll say that.
But it was still baby Miz, though.
It was baby Miz.
They just broke up Miz and Morrison, so...
No, they've been broken up for a bit. Would you like to say what our main event is? Because this astounded me that we actually got this on television here on Superstars.
Dude, I said that myself when I first saw it. It's like, we have the Intercontinental Champion, John Morrison, going up against CM Punk.
Who was ECW or WWE World Heavyweight Champion not even 5 weeks ago. Like, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Like, I'm like, didn't he just drop the title to Taker?
Yes.
Hell in a...
And here he is on Superstars.
I literally said, John Morrison versus CM Punk on Superstars?
I ain't hating on it. I'll say that.
I was like, that's cool.
But why? Yeah, so... what do you have notes-wise on this match?
Nothing really. I'm like, this match was just very decent. It's John Morrison and CM Punk.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't one of their better matches that they've had, but it was still pretty good.
It was still pretty good. I also got the distraction of Miz on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Which there was one, I think Morrison did like a standing shooting star press.
Yes.
And Miz was like, see, I taught him that move. And I was like, I have never seen Miz in my life do a stand-up shooting star press in my life.
See, when he said that, I just started laughing, because that's some heel work.
I started laughing. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, that is such cap.
He's so good at this time, dude. Of just being the smarmy heel that you want to beat up. Any other notes?
No, nothing really. I mean, of course.
Good match between these two.
Good match. Of course, there was a DQ finish with Miz hitting Punk.
Punk was getting ready to lose.
Oh, of course, we have a DQ finish. When was the last time I saw that?
Last week.
Well, I didn't watch last week, so.
Last week, it was bad. It was that Shelton Sheamus match. I have the time for that match. Are you ready?
How much? How long?
Shelton versus Sheamus last week, where Shelton Benjamin won via DQ. 4 minutes, 14 seconds. It felt like 25 minutes.
See, another thing. This was like, what, a 2-segment match?
Yeah, I actually have the official times for the matches, and I'll give them after we are done.
See, here's the funny thing about earlier, like the Chris Masters and Mark Henry. That was a 2-segment match. I'm like, they're like, we'll be right back right after these messages. And I'm like, this is a 2-segment match? Are you kidding me?
Masters was still being presented as credible at this time.
That's true, but I'm like, this is a 2-segment match. Are you serious?
I mean, it made sense. It's a qualifying match.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like, this is a 2-segment match. Really?
I don't think we needed the, 2 or 3 John Cena, Orton promos for their match. I didn't think we needed 2 of those. Maybe 1. So you could have given more time to Punk versus Morrison.
Yeah.
That would have been so good. Anyway, as we said, Punk wins because Miz comes in. As Punk's getting ready to get hit with a Starship Pain, Miz comes in, kind of stomps on Punk. It was enough to get a DQ.
Yes.
Pulls him out of the way. Punk beats Morrison. That sets up Miz versus Morrison on Superstar, or on Bragging Rights 10 days from now. What'd you give the match?
I gave this match a good 2.5 out of 5.
I went 2.25. The finish kind of ruined it for me.
I mean, I didn't use the finish. I'm like, this is just a great match.
It was a good match.
Or Punk, I'm like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
So here are the times for the matches. Do you want to guess how long Henry and Masters went?
I don't know. Just say the times and we'll call it a day.
Henry defeated Masters in 10 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
Kozlov beat Dreamer in 6 minutes flat.
That was a 6-minute flat match. That felt like 2 years.
No, it didn't.
That match felt like it went on.
No. And then CM Punk and Morrison went 14:46.
Huh.
So, like we said, there is no... The October 22nd, 2009 Superstars is not available on YouTube. I do have the results for that show. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
And actually, as I'm looking at it, it's probably for the best that we're not watching it. You might hate wrestling after this, if you were to watch it. We got started with Kelly Kelly beating Gail Kim in 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Okay, alright. I'm out of here.
Goldust and Tommy Dreamer beat Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov in 5:19.
You serious?
Yeah. And the main event was Drew McIntyre and Eric Escobar defeating Matt Hardy and R-Truth in 13:15.
Brock, I'll be back. I go, cry in the corner.
Why are you crying? We don't have those. We didn't get those. No, do you want to hear the card that you have for next week?
So what do I have next week for myself?
So Tommy will be doing this alone because I will be in Indianapolis, as I've stated already. The card for Tommy Haley next week, you get Primo versus Jack Swagger, Alicia Fox versus Kelly Kelly. I feel sorry for you for getting that one. Tyler Rex versus Zack Ryder.
Okay, not bad.
And then your main event is a 6-man tag match. Crime Time with R-Truth against the Hart Dynasty and Mike Knox.
You serious?
That's actually a pretty good main event.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I feel like that'll be a decent card for you.
Could be.
I'm really excited about the November 19th as I'm seeing it here, because we get to see Eric Escobar and Jimmy Wang Yang wrestle.
Let's go!
I can't wait for that. Because I don't remember a lot of Eric Escobar, and I definitely don't remember Jimmy Wang Yang in 2009.
Nope, don't remember that.
But we'll have to wait on that. We've got several. Also, get ready for 4 matches, a card here coming up. So, the one that you review by yourself next week is 4 matches, and the week after is also 4 matches.
Okay.
And then after that, they go back to 3, so... That is good. Up until the New Year's Eve episode of Superstars. Then we have 4 again. What the hell is that tag team in the main event of that show? Anyway. So yeah, that was October 15th and October 22nd, 2009 Superstars. It was into the lead up to Bragging Rights. I have the card pulled up, Tommy, if you would like to hear what happened.
I actually have the card pulled up right now.
All right. Do you want to go 1-1, so I'll go the odds and you say the evens?
Sure.
All right. The first match, which was our dark match, for the ECW Championship, Christian defeated Paul Burchill in 7 minutes and 33 seconds. It's probably a good match.
Probably.
Next match, Tommy?
We have it's a inter-promotional singles match between the United States Champion Miz and the IC Champion John Morrison. The Miz ended up beating John Morrison in 10 minutes and 54 seconds. This opened the show, by the way.
And, how could you follow that great match? But with this one right here, 6 Diva Interbrand Tag Team matchup. Representing Team Raw, Gail Kim, Kelly Kelly, and Melina. Jesus Christ.
Good God.
Here's the thing. You take Kelly and you plug... I don't know. What? Hang on. I gotta look. Who was on the women's roster on Raw at this point? That was a good worker. Maurice. Like, if you plug Maurice in there instead of Kelly with Gail Kim Molina, that's a good team. Especially considering who they're facing in Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool, and Natalya from SmackDown. That would have been a hell of a match. But Team SmackDown wins. Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool, and Natalya. The Blondes beat a blonde and two others. Guarantee you that was part of Vince's thought process there. And that match went 6 minutes and 54 seconds because women's wrestling at this point.
Because it did. That felt like, man, that's like 30 minutes back then.
No, it's not. No, trust me, I've seen some of the matches that you get next week. No. No, it's not. Next match, Tommy.
The next match is a Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championships. It consists of The Undertaker, Batista, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio.
This match went way shorter than I thought it did.
This match went 9 minutes and 55 seconds, and Undertaker retains.
This is also where Batista and Rey Mysterio start their vicious feud.
Feud or something like that?
Yeah, this is where Batista turns heel.
Forget this was a feud back in like 2009.
Yep. Next match is the 14-man tag team match. So we've already mentioned Team Raw, which is Big Show, Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. Well, Chris Jericho countered this with an interesting team of... This is just a random assortment of people, honestly.
I'll go ahead and say this.
What?
Chris Jericho.
No, I'm going to say it.
Oh, I'm saying it. You said the Raw team, so
no, this is my match to talk about. I said the odds.
Well, you said it, but this is an even number of teams.
Oh my god, shut up, Tommy. Team SmackDown countered interestingly. Would you say that?
Very interestingly.
Chris Jericho, the Hart Dynasty of David Hart Smith and Tyson Kidd, Finlay, Kane, Matt Hardy, and R-Truth. And in 15 minutes and 34 seconds, wow, that is...
Really?
Well, I know how it ends. Big Show turns on Team Raw, and Team SmackDown wins. SmackDown has the bragging rights. I'm just glad that the Hart Dynasty were used in a high-profile match, as after we've seen them here on Superstars recently, just kind of lose a lot. And trust me, going forward, that doesn't change. Our main event of the evening, Tommy.
The main event is a 60-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Championship, and anything goes. If Cena loses, he would have to leave Raw.
He should have lost.
It was against our boy, Randall Keith Orton.
Randall Keith. Randall Keith. Na 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 na.
Randall Keith.
Randall Keith. Randall Keith. Na 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 na.
So this was a 60-minute Iron Man match. So like just goes off pinfalls and stuff like that. Most pinfalls wins, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena won 6 out of 5.
And do you have the fall results and their times, Tommy?
Give me 1 second.
They're at the bottom of the page.
At 3 minutes and 55 seconds, John Cena got the first score with a submission. He got it with the STF. Randy got the second one after an RKO with 9 minutes. At 17 minutes, there was a double pinfall.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. I don't remember this match. I might have to rewatch it to find out. how that double pinfall happened. Or just, no, I might not do that because John Cena secured the third score with a pinfall after an AA from the top rope at 19 minutes and 40 seconds. Randy Orton evened it with another pinfall after a help from Ted DiBiase.
Hitting Dream Street, baby. Such a good name for a finisher, too.
And at 20 minutes at 55 seconds.
That's such a good name for a finisher.
Good name.
Such a good name. Ted DiBiase should have been pushed more than he was.
Starship Pain is also a good one, too.
I like the name of Morrison's other finisher from this time, which is the Moonlight Drive.
Yeah, okay.
I think it would have been better if it was a Moonlight Driver.
The next one, Randall Keith, gets a fourth score after a pinfall after throwing Cena through the lightning grid at 35 seconds. Don't remember that.
I do.
Every time I think of Cena getting thrown through something, I think of him getting chokeslammed by the Big Show into that pilot light or whatever the hell it is.
I think that was earlier this year, too.
Well, yeah, because it showed him getting stretched out and just, like, shaking and shit like that.
Yeah.
John Cena evens it up with a small package at 33 minutes, so I guess it was the most dangerous move in all of wrestling, the surprise roll-up.
Oh, God.
Been a while since I've done that.
A little bit.
And then Mr. Randall gets a fifth score after an elevated DDT from the ring apron to the floor.
That
at 35.
Go ahead.
Ouch.
That is a kill move.
So, where was I?
Orton delivering a kill move.
Yeah, it says pinfall after an elevated DDT from the ring apron to the floor.
Cena, that should have been the final fall, and Cena should not have come back and should have just been on SmackDown.
Well, this is John Cena in 2009, so he basically just turned into an indestructible force of nature. So the next one, John Cena ties things up after a pinfall after an AA through the announce table at 51 minutes. So there's 9 minutes left in this match. Everything's going around. 59 minutes and 54 seconds. So about 6 seconds before this match is over, or before it goes into sudden death, John Cena gets the final fall by submission of an STF. And John Cena is your new WWE champion for like the 5 millionth time in 2009. Like the 5 millionth time in the year 2009, he's your WWE champion.
Boo.
2009 John Cena. So, yeah, that was it. John Cena won 6-5.
Yep. And that wraps up this week of We Are Not Entertained, I do believe. Unless you have anything else wrestling related.
We have a title for title match at Mania.
Listen, we're not talking about Blood Money.
Well, too bad. That's a match that's happening at Mania.
I know. I'm just saying we're not talking about Blood Money.
Brock did what he said on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah. All right. If
don't break the table, starts to turn the table into reduced to atoms.
There are three more moves that take place on the WWE roster for next week. Tommy, would you like me to go ahead and say them now?
Sure, go ahead.
Both pertain, or all of them pretty much pertain to ECW. Sheamus leaves ECW for Raw. This is post bragging rights. Matt Striker, go ahead. What was that?
These are post bragging rights moves.
Yes. He will win the title here coming up, I do believe, at TLC in December. So we're getting close to that era, which also means we're getting close to the Nexus.
That's right, we are.
On On SmackDown, because JR wasn't there, Matt Stryker has moved from ECW.
Cool, he's on the main roster now.
Well, he was on the main roster anyway, but...
That's true.
And then to replace him in ECW is someone who is somehow still with the company.
Who?
Byron Saxton becomes the color commentator for ECW.
Okay.
Yeah, really. Which means the ECW roster are these people as follows. Tommy, please count these as I say their names.
Okay.
Abraham Washington. Byron Saxton.
2.
Christian.
3.
Ezekiel Jackson.
4.
Goldust.
5.
Josh Matthews.
6.
Katie Lee Burchill.
7.
Paul Burchill.
8.
Rosa Mendez.
9.
Shelton Benjamin.
10.
The Hurricane.
11.
Tiffany.
12.
Tommy Dreamer.
Is it 13?
Tyler Rex.
14.
Vladimir Kozlov.
15.
William Regal.
16.
Yoshi Tatsu.
17.
Zack Ryder.
18.
So there are 18 members of the ECW roster left. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll look to the next one that I will be joining you for it. Yes, we do get another member of the ECW roster when I return.
So we get a 19th member. Let's go!
And it's someone still wrestling today, and that gave Tommy a headache. But to find that out, you have to wait till, well, next week on WANE when I text him and let him know who it is.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Tommy, would you like to do the plugs to end us out?
What are we doing?
Go ahead. You're going to be doing it next week, too.
You do them. I want you to do it.
Oh, you do it. You do it better.
Feel like it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to We Are Not Entertained this week. I've been the Injured Brock Gordon. He has been the Made Man Tommy Haley. If you enjoy the content that we do, me and him do have a podcast that we do with the lovely Macy Shear every Wednesday here on both YouTube and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's called Big Time Talkers, where this coming week, Tommy, what do we have on tap for the fine folks at home?
Let's see. Our top 5 is relocation.
Mishaps, I guess, would be the way. Worst relocations.
Brock, I love how you put redacted and redacted on your list. That was surprising.
Well, as you saw, my cousin said the only reason that you like that is because you're a redacted fan, so...
Yeah, redacted.
What else do we have coming up this week on the podcast?
Oh, not really.
We're reviewing...
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're reviewing Crime and Penalties, so I gotta watch that shit.
Yeah, I need to make sure that Macy's gonna watch it, too.
So I have to watch it whenever we record it, then.
Alright, well, then fine, we'll come over to your house and we'll record it Tuesday there. So, that's what we'll do for that. As well as the other shenanigans that happened, the MIP of the week, so on and so forth. I already know who my MIP of the week who my candidate for MIP of the week is going to be this week.
Is it redacted?
It's not. Well, you could say that. It's something that just happened and was terrible. Anyway, me and Macy Shear do a podcast as well. It's called the CSP, the Shear Shit Podcast. Where this past week, oh boy, this past week, she answered some of the questions from you viewers, and y'all are some nasty MFers.
Oh, okay.
As well as she took us around a journey around the world from London to Los Angeles to Mexico and beyond. And I finally put my foot down, and we're no longer taking stories about celebrities anymore, Tommy, on CSP.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Oh, it was very celebrity heavy, and I put my foot down. No more celebrity stories on CSP.
Okay.
Also on the channel that has went live, we have returned to our roots, and we have uploaded 4, count them, 4, college baseball home run horns, sirens, or songs, depending on the school. The 4 that went up are the University of Tennessee, Louisiana State University, Florida State University, and Arkansas University. I think you can guess 2 of those, what they have. What was that, Tommy?
You mean the University of Arkansas?
You know what I mean. I think you can guess 2 of those, maybe 3 of those schools' home run songs that they use.
No.
Really? You can't guess what Tennessee's is?
I mean, it's Rocky Top, so...
Yes. Can you not guess what Florida State's is?
It's... yes.
It's what?
Yes.
Say it.
I'm saying it.
Why?
The Tomahawk Chop.
Yes. I think you can guess what LSU is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that a few schools do. It's not a song that would be played in any other context other than for the school itself.
Yeah.
It's the LSU fight song.
Okay.
Arkansas was fun to put together, I'll just say that. I'm glad I put that one together. But those are all up on the channel. Like we said, next week it'll be Tommy Haley by himself.
Oh, bye.
And he'll review the 2009 September 29th episode of WWE Superstars.
Boy.
Let's see how long Tommy will survive this, shall we? This is going to be great and interesting to watch. But until then, until BPT this week, I've been me and Jim Brock Gordon.
I've been the main man, Tommy Haley.
And when it comes to this path with professional wrestling, we're excluding blood money. We don't talk about blood money. We'll never talk about blood money.
Even though Austin Theory got thrown off the top of the pod.
I don't care. We don't talk about blood money. We don't talk about blood money. We don't talk about blood money.
Well, it pertains to an injury to a certain superstar.
We'll talk about it later. Or you can next week when it gets confirmed. But until Big Time Talkers, good night, everybody.
Bye. Drink lots of water.